Hey Taurus, welcome to Key Wisdom. My name is Ruth, and today we're going to be looking at the time period from the 26th of March over the next 10 days or so. Okay, this is for your moon sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Cross watchers are welcome. I am urging everybody this month to check out your moon sign, just because we've had the Pisces moon as well as the Equinox, and so we've been coming into huge amounts of emotional awareness. Clearly you have new information coming through to you, and it's been quite an emotional time. So our moon sign speaks to our intuition, what's beneath the surface, and maybe our conscious mind isn't quite caught up yet. So I'm urging everyone who knows their moon sign, or if you don't find it out, check out your moon signs as well. Okay, I don't decide what this reading's about. You decide what this reading's about. So the first card here is you this week, and that's going to really dictate the energy of the reading. So yeah. Okay, so this is you. Okay, Taurus, feeling good, feeling confident. Okay, so this is you, how you're going to be feeling over this next week, this next 10 days. The Queen of Wands energy. Then we have the energy that's driving you, the energy that's the foundational energy of this movement that we see. And that is the Eight of Cups, so the ending of emotional cycles, but also awareness, that emotional awareness that I've just spoken about. This is what we see here in this eclipse being brought through by the Eight of Cups energy. This is where you've been at. Okay, so this is your recent past, the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, this one wants to clarify the Ace of Pentacles. I'll just put that there for now. And then we've got going forward. Where are you headed? Where are you going? There's another card that wants to come out to clarify that. I'll clarify all of these cards as we go, and at the end of the reading I'll give you a chakra message as well, and an affirmation for the week or for this time period, the things you should be focusing on, maybe the things you should be eating, just whatever comes up in the reading, and obviously we'll look at outcomes, etc. Okay, card at the base of the reading for you guys is the Knight of Swords. This is very fast-moving energy, okay? Oh, Page of Wands beneath that as well. This is very fast-moving energy. It's interesting because I literally, I always write things down, as you can see. And I didn't realise what's here. These are the houses, this is astrology, and this is just random stuff that I write down. And look what I found, and I read this today, and I thought, oh, I've not seen that. I must have wrote that about a year ago. And I thought, if it comes up, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it to you. Knights, pushing through established boundaries, learning new energies. New energies must come through. You just have to experience it, say it, live it, feel it. Opening up new channels, broadening experiences and expectations. You have reached your limits. You are finding your boundaries. You're clearing out. You're pushing out. You're moving forward. You may feel unsteady and unstable. You may feel there's some frustrated. You may feel full up. You might feel frustrated. There might be some tension. The instincts with the Knights is to hold on to what you know, but you just have to go, you just have to move outward, pushing out into new territory. Limits have already been reached, and now you're breaching them, growing and maturing. Lovely that message came through, and I read it just before I turned the video on, so there you go. This is what you're feeling, okay? Wow, just as I finished reading that, look at the time, 111, okay? That's like gateways opening. All the things that I've just said, basically. New expansion. Number 3 is expansion. Number 1's obviously the beginning point of something, initiating something, moving in a direction, expanding outward, going outward, pushing outward. And this is your conscious mind, because it's the sword energy. The sword energy is to do with our conscious mind, our mental consciousness, our clarity, our focus, our ability to communicate, etc. So it is also linked to your 5th chakra. So this is speaking the truth. All those things that I've just said, this is what underpins your energy for this week, and you're confident about it. Let me just say also, masculine energies are about, there's a clarifying card that wants to come for this one. Masculine energies are about action, okay? They're about action. The feminine energies are consciousness, and the masculine energies are manifest, consciousness manifest, okay? So what this is understanding. Divine feminine energies all relate to our understanding, and the wand energy is what we follow, the directions we're being pulled in, the directions that are pleasurable to us, the directions that are that are pleasant to us, that are nice for us, that feel good to go in that direction. This is understanding that with the Queen of Wands, understanding the direction you want to go in, understanding the things that make you feel good and that you're passionate about and that you're drawn toward. You're understanding what you want to do, and it seems like you're taking action, because beneath that is action. I feel like for some of you there could be a lot of work online of this next time period, communication online, online communication, online courses potentially, but talking to people online, sharing your ideas. There's a sense of it being grounded though. This has been something that has been restricted, okay? So this was the energy that I woke up with yesterday, actually. No, was it yesterday? 10 of Wands energy. I didn't wake up with this energy. What I mean by that is the meditation that came through, the words came through, and I'll tell you the words that came through, okay? Blood pain. Blood pain. That's what this card represents. Let me explain what that means, because I was meditating on that and ruminating on that phrase all day with this image in mind. This is 10 of Wands, Ruth. This is blood pain. This is pain that does not exist in your muscles or in your body or in your bones. This is root pain. This is pain caused by you restricting your energy, you denying your truth, you ignoring what you feel, you ignoring the directions that you feel desired to move toward. This is what you ignore, and it becomes a part of you. It feels like every time you start to move in a direction that you want to go in, you feel pain and you feel tired or you feel exhausted, and you don't know why you feel pain or tired or exhaustion, but it's because of old wounds. Maybe for me, definitely not in this lifetime, but old wounds, old lifetimes. What's been restricting you? What's been why do you not be yourself? Why do you not speak your truth? These are the reasons why. All these reasons, what happened, the trauma, how it felt when you opened up, that time when you said this, the time when you felt exposed. Every time you try to move in a direction or you try to follow your desires, you feel this blood pain, you feel this pain. This is showing that I feel like the reason this has come out here, because it's kind of like a two message thing. It's like saying this is at the end of a cycle. You're breaking through the blood pain. You're going to continue to use the mechanism to follow your desire. Even if it's a little bit painful at first, you're still going to continue to push through. You're still going to continue to connect with yourself, to engage with what it is you want, to engage with what it is you feel, and to move toward those directions. This is what I'm feeling this week. As I said, even if it's just online, even if it's just research, even if it's just conversation, even if it's just reaching out to somebody, even if it's just talking to somebody, I feel like this could be to do with a relationship. Clearly, could be to do with a relationship, actually. A relationship that's ended. We'll clarify all these cards as I've said. But I feel like this is saying that even if this is like old wounds, okay? And you restrict your desires because of old wounds. Well, no more. That's what this is saying. So it's saying that you are moving forward this week, new energy. As I said, all that stuff that I said about the nights at the beginning, that's the underlying energy. That's the thing that's your kind of overriding energy of this time period for you. Now, this is the energy that's driving you forward, and it's awareness. It's awareness of emotional cycles. It's awareness of the pain that you cause yourself, the emotional strain that you've been under, the patterns. You have a relationship or something good happens and you doubt it. Oh, it's never going to work out. It never works out for me. I'm no good in relationships, or I'm not a good friend, or I'm no good how can I be a professional? Like, I'm no good, I'm not clever enough, or it's never going to work out for me, I'm the most unluckiest person ever. This is the type of things, the type of emotions, they're thoughts, to be fair, but the type of emotions that are associated with those thoughts, this is you thinking that, and this is you becoming aware of those cycles, and then this is you breaking those cycles. It's the end of that cycle. As I said, we're in new territory. You're in new territory now. And it's as if the energy that's pushing you forward this week is the awareness of these things, that hearing these thoughts and feeling these emotions, as I said, recognizing, becoming aware, shining a light on these type of energies. And it's you understanding yourself, understanding your pain, understanding what causes your pain, understanding how to break through that pain barrier. This is what it is. So we're going to clarify, it could be for love. I feel like it is for some of you, but I feel like for some of you it is about your passion and your professionalism, your work life. This is where you've been in the past. This is your recent past, where you're coming from, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting, because what a beautiful energy, right? This is like something manifest, a solid offer. Now I'm just getting the story. Just as I said that, a solid new offer, and I started to smile, because for some of you that solid new offer was a relationship. That solid new offer was a connection. That solid new offer was, oh my gosh, like, this person's amazing. Like, this person's just come into my life, and this person is literally amazing, and this is what this person offered you. Or it could have been a job for some of you, but there's a story that's coming through about this, and the story is about a relationship being offered, and then in the face-to-face of that, in the sort of, you know, here's a relationship, I accept this relationship, then you started to feel all this stuff. You started to recognize that maybe you weren't over the last thing, or maybe you're not over this pain, or maybe you're still fighting against it. Some of you are sort of, maybe there might be some in and out kind of energy as well. I feel some sort of in and out energy, uncertainty really, but it's not because of lack of feelings, it's not because of lack of emotion, it's not because of lack of want, it's because of our own pain. And it's like being confronted with this new thing, this new challenge, this new job, this new relationship, this new successful, beautiful gift from the universe. Being confronted with it makes you sit with your pain, makes you acknowledge the sort of strain that you've been under in restricting your desires, in ignoring what it is you want up until this point. That's what I feel, yeah. So it's like you were offered this love, really, and it's like, or this relationship, or something, you know, something that you wanted. Basically, you were offered and given, and something came into your life that you wanted to grasp, that you wanted to hold on, that you dreamed of, and it was here presented to you in February or in March or whenever it was. And it's as if being presented with that thing turned on, opened up, uncovered all of this emotion, all of these anxieties that you felt, all of the strain, the recognition, the realization of how you've restricted yourself in the past. It was all kind of brought to the fore because of this offer, because of this love. I'm looking forward to clarifying. Finally, this is where you're heading toward. Now, this is release. This is emotional release. I'll tell you, I'm just gonna have a drink of water quickly. I'll tell you, fives represent challenges and change. They actually, on the tree of life, number 5 is power. And for me, fives, the more I learn, the more I grow, the more I invest in myself spiritually, I learn. And it's for me also tethers. Now, there are about 100 tethers. There's about 100, it's a Buddhist term. You can Google it, and it'll give you a list of all the tethers. And there are attachments, there are tendencies. We tend to feel a certain way when certain situations arise. Even if we've released those situations, we've released those exes, we've forgiven our parents, we've forgiven those people that hurt us, we have a tendency to disbelieve, or we have a tendency to feel suffering because of the traumas that we've already released. But we think, well, it's not going to, probably won't work out this time either. Probably won't work out this time. Now, look, I'm going to show you this card nice and close up. You can see that this is blood here, okay? It could be wine, okay, but let's just stick to the whole blood metaphor that I'm using, the blood pain. This is, again, the recognition of it and the purging of it, the release of it. You know, when we have threes are expansion. Threes are new knowledge, new frontiers, okay, new boundaries, new spreading out, going further, okay? And it's as if once we release what we felt, the emotions, which is what you're doing, you're going in that process of doing that, then we are left with what we are left with. We are left with really the truth of how we feel, and we have to commit to what we see. So let's have a look at what that might be. You know, this is you feeling secure, finally. I feel like there has been sacrifices. I feel like you have sacrificed something, and it might have been this relationship or this opportunity. You have sacrificed something. You've potentially walked away from something, but it's because you needed this healing. It's because you needed this healing. It's because you needed to purge. I want to see what it is, because I do feel like you've walked away from something here in this Five of Cups. What is it that you've, I want to look at this card actually, what is it that you've walked away from? So some of you were, you know, an opportunity, a relationship, maybe an earth sign, another earth sign, a fellow earth sign, Queen of Pentacles here. But this is something that you wanted, you know, understanding what it is that's going to provide you with security, yeah? You know, Pentacles energy is about security, and you know, the Queen of Pentacles is about understanding her security. So this is you, what you've walked away from is understanding what it is that's going to provide you with security. So you know what it is in your life, whether that was a relationship for you, whether that was a job for you, an opportunity, a situation, moving, whatever it was, you know, it brought that, that's the energy it brought out of you. I'm just going to quickly, there's a few other things that I just want to quickly look at. This energy of the Five, and see, this is it. I wanted to just look at this energy. You've got the Five of Swords. I'm going to look at this as well. Yeah, I mean, it's the story is what I've told you, and that's what's coming through even in the confirmation. You've got the Five of Swords here. This is you, again, tethered, right? You know, you stuck, not stuck in a way of thinking, but you tend to be suspicious of these things. You tend, and that's what this is, people might say self-sabotage. You know, this is you being suspicious of this offer, and therefore the suspicion in itself meant that you refused it. The suspicion in itself meant that it crumbled. The suspicion in itself, you know, your tendency to think pessimistically about these things, about these opportunities, your tendency to think, and we all have them. That's why there's Five of Swords and Five of Cups and Five of Wands and blah, 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 because we all experience those energies. But these are the energies of change though, right? Because once we start to notice that we tend to think this way, once we start to notice that we tend to be suspicious of new opportunities, we tend to be suspicious of the blessings that are offered to us. Once we notice these things, then that's when we can start to change our thinking. That's when we can start to wake up our consciousness. And that is exactly what is happening for you. We've got this energy of the Knight of Swords there, okay? So the Knight of Swords is showing that you are breaching, you are moving forward, okay? You are going in new direction. Oh, sorry, I didn't look at this energy here. See, look, end of that type of energy, okay? This is stuff that you've been holding on to for a long time, okay? This is what I'm saying. We've gone from 4s to 5s here because there needs to be awareness on your part of what it is you're holding on to, and that's what it is. This is you seeing what you've been holding on to. This is you seeing that it's almost as if the suspicion, the tendencies, you know, the sort of, oh my God, is this something I can trust? Is this a person that I can believe in? Is this an opportunity that I should go toward? It's almost as if those questions, those anxieties in a sense, make you feel secure. It's like, if, you know, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but if I think this way, if I know this, then it doesn't matter what happens. It's like, if I know it's not going to work out, then I'm not going to get hurt anyway. Like, if I know that it's not going to be successful, if I tell myself it's not going to be successful, then, and it's not going to work out anyway, I'll just enjoy it for this finite amount of time, and then I can move on. That's the type of thing that you think, and that's the type of energy that you put out. And so, of course, the good things that you want, that manifest, that come into your life, they don't materialize into anything. You walked away from something, and it's time for you to, clearly, you want to, I feel like before you go, if it's a person or a job or whatever that you want to, you know, something that you refuse, I feel like you want to go back toward that thing, that person, you're feeling confident about that, over this time period. But I also feel like you want to do something first. You want to find something out first, or you want to, you know, maybe, you know, talk to somebody first about what you've learned, about what you've discovered about yourself. Okay, so let's look at outcomes then. Let's look at some outcomes for you. Look at that. Look at this. Excellent. Wow. Well, new base of the reading is the Hangman. So there has been a pause in this situation, but we're moving on from that pause in that situation. So as I said, it's like what I said. It's like you want to move toward this person, go back toward this Queen of Cups or Queen of Pentacles or to this Queen of Wands or whoever it is for you. You want to go back toward that person. But it's like before you go back toward that person, you've got to do something. You've got to find something out. You've got to speak to someone else first. You've got to sort something out. That type of energy. So that's probably why that's coming up. Okay, I'm speaking quickly because I'm like I can't go over 22 minutes because I'll run out of space on my camera. Okay, so we go to so this is knowing. Okay, I had a dream the other week, two weeks ago, Sunday, and I woke up. Well, this was the last dream that this was in my head as I was waking, right? This was me. So I dream in tarot cards sometimes I see the images, the numbers, sometimes I see whole spreads. But this time I was this person I was literally this person. And what I noticed, so obviously I'm meditating on this energy at the time in this dream, right? And what I noticed is that, which I didn't notice before by looking at the card, is it was dawn. Like it wasn't daylight. The sun wasn't out bright shining like this. The sun wasn't out bright shining like this, right? It was dawn. It was the morning. And I felt like I'd just been through a battle. I felt like, oh my gosh, I was exhausted. But I felt like, but now I know what I need to do. That's how I felt. And that's this energy of this card. It's this opportunity to move forward. But it's with wisdom and understanding that you can move forward. It's with wisdom and understanding because of the battles that you've been facing, because of the things that you've been releasing. It's like now you know what to do. Now you know where to go. Now you know how to move forward. And then we had I feel like, was there not another card? Anyway, clearly not. And then we have the Six of Wands as well. So this is a card of victory, and he's, he or she's just come from battle as well, actually. But sixes are about acceptance. Sixes are about appreciation of our experiences. They're about appreciation of the things that we've been through, recognizing that it's this now that can propel us forward. So it's really interesting because we really went on a big loop with your reading, because we started with this energy of the night, because obviously that was underlying your reading. But we basically, we've gone through battle. This is you having gone through battle to understand something, to release something, to recognize the way that you be, to recognize the way that you think, to recognize the things that you hold on to. You've gone on that journey, you go on that journey, and eventually you come back together, or you move towards something. You move toward new energies and new experiences. Okay, I'm just going for your chakra reading. What should be your you've got two. You've got the third eye, the throat chakra. You've got these two here, okay? It's not wet, but it feels wet. That's how I know that this is your chakra message for this week. So you've got the fifth chakra, the throat chakra. I speak and I express, okay? So this is about your willpower, you speaking your truth, expression, your inner voice coming out in communication. And it's also your third eye, which is I think and I know. So it's about knowing what you want to say, knowing what you want to express. It's about your psychic consciousness and your wisdom and your intuition and your the power of the mind, your willpower and the power of the mind. It's like those two things are helping to propel you forward this week. So I think, I know, and I speak, I express. Think about those areas in your life this week. And clearly, that's the energy that we're moving in, okay? So that clarity, coming into that clarity so that you can finally speak your truth. Okay, my darling Taurus, we will leave it there. I'll be back next week with love readings for the month of April. Give this reading a like, and obviously you can follow Key Wisdom on Instagram. Love you all. Take it easy, people. Bye.